మన పెద్దలు పిటి రాజశేఖర్ గారు ఉన్నారు. ఆయన వచ్చి మాట్లాడవలసిందిగా కోరుతున్నాను.
Jai Bhim. I am sorry I have to speak to you in English. I can understand Telugu, but I can't deliver a speech in Telugu. Thank you very much for inviting me to this great event to remember a historic personality of Shyamsundar. Shyamsundar is today forgotten. Baba Saheb Ambedkar is forgotten. All the great leaders of India who have made what we are today are forgotten. Stupid idiots are being resurrected and made heroes out of zeros. Donkeys are remembered, but race horses are forgotten. I am very thankful to Samantara publishers. The only one mistake that he did was he made only men sit on the stage. That is not proper. You have got a great asset in your wife. She should have been made to sit on the stage and speak. That would have been a great justice of Shyamsundar. I had a couple of meetings with Shyamsundar. I was a young reporter in the Indian Express in Bangalore. He was dressed like our friend sitting there with that long thing, and that he was just dressed like a Muslim. And I was also covering the state assembly at that time. And when Shyamsundar speaks, attendance is full. His vast knowledge, and more so being an angry man, that's what made me. We want angry people. Just completed a speech by, I was told he is the leader of the Osmania University Student Union. Angry man. I like angry people. Today, who are the angry people? It's the Brahmins. Brahmins are angry. Muslims have become thanda. Am I right? I remember holding a well-attended function here in Hyderabad. Their Burn book was released here. You remember then? 20 years. Yes. Bajjatarakam, so many people were there in the press club. Press club, years back. They burn. Burn means it really burns. And it's a great book. Very great book. I thank Brother Sekhar and Prakash Mulbharati for providing the manuscript and all other support for today's function organized by this great wife and husband couple. You have to thank Baba Saheb Ambedkar was a philosopher and father of the Dalit movement. But Shyamsundar took it forward and gave it a militant touch. Very militant touch. I will give one very striking example. I was also very close to Muslim, and I continue to be. Whenever I come to Hyderabad in those days, in the old Delhi, there used to be reception parties. All the Urdu dailies used to interview me with my photograph in those days. Today the Muslims have forgotten me, sir. Mistake is not ours. Kumar pointed it out. Mistake is yours. You have also become thanda. I will give one striking example of a meeting in Ramlila Maidan. Jamaat-e-Islami, at that time it was a very powerful organization. Jamaat-e-Islami wanted to be introduced to Kanshiram. Kanshiram was totally new to the Muslim concept. So I told the Jamaat-e-Islam people, you organize a meeting in Ramlila ground and I'll bring Kanshiram. I inaugurated it was a huge gathering in the Ramlila ground, and in the course of my speech, I said, I compared the Muslims and Dalits. I said, Dalits are like fire and Muslims are like petrol. If petrol is poured on the fire, it will burn. And burn whom? Burn the Brahminical forces. Meeting was over, well attended meeting, clap and everything was over. Next morning, early morning, Kanshiram came to I was staying in a hostel. He came early morning. What happened? Why did you come so early? He said, Mr. Rajshekar, in the night, the IB people came to my room, Intelligence Bureau people. Why did they come? He said, some fellow from Bangalore came and made a speech. The Dalits are like fire and Muslims are like petrol, and there's a clapping. He also agreed with that. Kanshiram asked me, why did you make a speech like that? Then I explained to him with the words of B.Shyamsundar. For nearly 2 years, Kanshiram did not see me. I asked him, why you are not, for a long time, he was avoiding me. He said, because of the IB warning. IB told him to keep away from Rajshekar. See, this is the combination of petrol and the fire. This combination, MLC Saab, is important. That's what Kumar pointed out. The lapse is on your part. He has said it very beautifully. Some of the speakers here, very beautifully they have said it. If the Dalits and Muslims join together, we can completely turn this country. The ball is in your court. We have passed the ball to you, but you are keeping the ball. I remember very well, sir, some 20 years back, there was one great leader from Bombay called Haji Mastan. He was called a smuggler. He was not a smuggler. He was a Dalit convert to Islam from Tamil Nadu. He used to sleep in the dockyard in Bombay along with other dock people. Share all his wealth with them. And he was also my good friend, Haji Mastan. Haji Mastan said, we must go to Hyderabad and meet the father of the present. He was a revolutionary. The present MP's father was a revolutionary. And then what is his first name? His father. Sultan Salahuddin Owaisi held a meeting in that open courtyard. There it was packed. Whole Maidan was packed. Myself, Haji Mastan and the wives of three of us spoke and we discussed so many things. All these things are forgotten today, sir. Are forgotten. Shyamsundar Sahib did it. Baba Sahib did it. So many people did it. It's all come. After that, Kanshiram became a great the Muslim support came because of that. Now, today not only these great historical personalities are not there, but we, their children, have even forgotten them. I don't think in Karnataka, Shyamsundar did not belong to Karnataka, he is from Maharashtra, but he was a member of assembly for one term, only one term he was a member, but in Karnataka, I don't think there is anybody who remembers him. We have forgotten our own people, and this is a great tragedy. I remember that historic day when in Hyderabad, Bujja Tarakam, along with our great American black leader Runoko Rashidi. You remember those days? We walked, and myself took out a march over the whole of Hyderabad, covering about 5-6 miles, and finally ended in the exhibition ground or somewhere. What a great day! How many of you are there? Yeah, you are there. So many. Huh? All India Dalit Writers Conference, inaugurated by Varun. What happened to all of you today? We have to rebuild the whole society and make our people angry and come back to those days. Today, there is no Dalit movement. I move all over the country. Not only all over the country, all over the world I move. But there is no Dalit movement at all today, anywhere. And nobody bothers about the Dalits and tribals. Tribal position is still worse. Most of the Dalit leaders have joined BJP. BJP means, you know what is BJP? B stands for Brahmana, J for Jati, P for Party. Brahmana Jati Party. Ramvilas Paswan, such a good friend of mine. I am not able to understand, no scruples, no principle. They go and join, they eat their Brahmin shit. What is the use of this power? So I had to close down Dalit Voice because of the same Brahmana Jati Party people. They gave me trouble. I don't want to go into it. In the olden days, when I used to visit Hyderabad, very often I used to visit. Muslims used to come to me. Not a single Muslim comes there. We had once a big conference. I told you about this Haji Mastan and other things. That's also not taking place now. Having said this much, I will come to a slightly different subject, but it will be of interest to you. We are now facing very difficult days. The difficult days are so difficult that we may not be allowed to hold such meetings, that they will come. Because you are going against Hindutva. There is nothing like Hindutva. If you ask a Brahmin, are you a Hindu? He says, no, I am a Brahmin. Then who are the Hindu? Kapu people, they say they are Kapu. Reddis are Reddis. Velamasi. Then who is the Hindu in this country? There is no Hindu. We are all Mundu. So, I want to conclude there is not much of time, but I want to tell you some very significant points which should make you think. Some of you may be wondering why I said we are living in a very interesting days. Yes, we have to thank this great Narendra Modi for giving us these interesting days. All these things will come as a shock to you. There are what are called as contradictions. There is a book called Laws of Contradiction. I don't know whether any of you have read it. Law of Contradiction. Law of Contradiction written by such a great man called Mao Zedong. Yada, you read it? Yes. How many of you read the Yeah, only a couple of you have read it. Laws of Contradiction. This Narendra Modi has aggravated the contradictions. If you have got two stones, you hold one stone here and a stone here, it will be like this, no use. You have to rub them against each other. When you rub them against each other, sparks will flow. Sparks will start flying. That's called a contradiction. And Narendra Modi is doing this contradiction. You have to thank him. I will take you a little further. You have the famous Hussain Sagar here. Hussain Sagar water you cannot drink because it is not a flowing water. A stagnant water. Stagnant water you can't drink. But Narendra Modi has made the Hussain Sagar water flow. Hussain Sagar water will flow and he will make us drink it. That means he is making us angry. He is whipping us. I cannot go into the details of it, but having how can we make a dirty water flow and make it drink? This is the subject of my talk. The latest example is the subject of conversion. He said conversion must stop. conversion will never stop. There will be action, reaction. The Hussain Sagar water will start churning and start flowing. Christians have already protested. Muslims have already protested. Buddhists also, everybody must protest against it. We must protest against this Modi speech. Then there will be contradiction. Hussain Sagar water will start flowing. Once it starts flowing, we can treat it. This conversion issue has disturbed the whole country. Andhra Pradesh has at least, I don't know the exact number, 15 to 20% Muslims, Christians, along with Dalit Christians. Right. But majority of them are Dalits. Why the Dalit people have gone to Christianity? Because they got self-respect there. They can enter the church, but here they can't. So convert Islam. Haji Mastan was telling me, he was a Dalit, convert to Islam. Conversion brings you self-respect and confidence. Who is this Modi to say that conversion should stop? It makes us angry. Hussain Sagar water will start flowing. I'll come to another point. The other is Swachh Bharat. In Connaught Place, I was in Delhi about 1 month back, in Connaught Place, the most important place in Delhi. In Connaught Place, whenever I go to Delhi, I visit the Connaught Place, I found during daytime a cow and a calf and a buffalo sleeping during daytime. In the Connaught Place, Modi wants to clean it. How will he clean it? Is it ever possible? Hinduism, you go to a temple, you go to a masjid, you go to a gurdwara, you go to a church. With the dirtiest place is the temple. Whenever the Indian Express chief reporter, along other reporters, we were invited by the Tirupati temple Brahmins for some function. And since Indian Express was the #1 English daily at that time, I had some special privilege. I asked the Brahmin priest, I would like to see how your Tirupati laddu is made. I know how it is, but still I wanted to see. Brahmins, I am not a Brahmin, still they took me because I am from Indian Express. When I went, when I saw how the Tirupati laddu is made, if I tell you, you will start vomiting. Cockroaches are running, bandicoots are running, dirty things. They make this such a dirty thing, it's impossible. If you eat the Tirupati laddu, you will die out of poison. Now, he says, this Swachh Bharat, is it possible to clean Tirupati temple? All the temples are dirty in this country. It is not possible to do it. So, point is, Swachh Bharat, you will say, first to clean up the Tirupati temple. They see in Charminar, I think last time we went together. Under the Charminar, a temple has been built. And the Muslims are silent. Why can't you kick them out? It will lead to some contradiction, some clash. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You have to take the challenge. And in another place, another thing is happening. So, Swachh Bharat, if you go to the old Hyderabad, completely dirty. You go to old Delhi, completely dirty. Ganga water is only filth. Even if you take 300 years, it can't be cleaned. How can this fellow goes on? He is Modi in his drive to his Hindutva, he is giving us impossible goals. So that will only make us more and more. And this Godse should be worshipped. I am very happy that Godse finished that Gujarati Banya. That I am very happy. I written a book called Why Godse Killed. For information, when I wrote a book, Why Godse Killed Gandhi, Godse people came and congratulated me. Because I have congratulated Godse, that Gujarati Banya was such a nuisance he was. He was such a nuisance. So they got rid of him. And these people want to honor that Godse. Should you not thank them? So that means contradictions are getting sharper. Don't oppose Modi. We'll allow him to commit more and more mistakes like this. Now, his preparation to launch He is preparing a war against Pakistan. Pakistan itself is suffering from terrorism. Pakistan army, Pakistan government, they are all involved in fighting terrorism. And this government people, they are blaming the Pakistan for promoting terrorism. So there will be a war. There will be a war. Shortly there will be a war between India and Pakistan. At that time, again, it's the cleaning of this water. So, and many more instances I can go on giving you. This Rama Janma Bhoomi, they will do it. So much. I had been to Rama Janma Bhoomi. I had Maulana Hassan Ali Ghazvi was in Lucknow. He was India's most famous saint. I talked with him. I told him we too will walk. And let us see how they are going to stop it. Rama Janma Bhoomi, if you go, it is the dirtiest places. A mosque has been completely destroyed. That will again, Shilanyasa will start. They will bring bricks and all the things. And there will be contradictions after contradictions, contradictions after. Actually, Modi becoming Prime Minister should be welcomed by all of us. Because there will be maramari in the whole country. Total maramari in this country with the castes and castes, with this thing and that should be welcomed. Now, all these things have disturbed the whole society, and soon there will be action and reaction, and there will be more maramari in the whole country. Sikhs are annoyed, Muslims are very much annoyed, and here she is trying to pick this Bengali Mamata Banerjee here. Everywhere he has opened and fighting, and the patience will break down. Baba Sahib Ambedkar called Congress party as the original Brahmin party of India. And every issue that Modi has taken up with the blessings of the RSS will lead to war. India, internal war, caste war. We had no such situation till now. That situation will be created by this Modi. Should we not thank him? So let us wait. Let us allow him to commit more and more blunder. He does not know English. Every day 64 inches chest. Well, I am showing this chest. And every day he changes full dress. Very fond of dress. A big mesmerizing type of fellow. All the special correspondents, all my colleagues in Delhi, they are all wondering what is happening. Power is concentrated in the hands of only 3 people. One is the Prime Minister, one is Doval, D-A-V-O-L. He is a retired intelligence fellow from Himachal Pradesh or Uttaranchal, a Brahmin, and this Finance Minister. Only 3. No power even to the Secretary of the Government, Joint Secretary. And Prime Minister is directly in touch with only the 3 people, and decisions are taken. There will be explosion in the Central Secretary itself, there will be no explosion. We need not bother about it. So, but more than that, there will be large-scale disturbance in the country. Large-scale disturbance. And all of us must get ready for it. Intelligence people here, sitting here, can take down my notes and pass it on. We have to welcome all this and get ready for the war. That's why we want Modi to continue for some more years, some more months at least. Before coming to this stage, I had a long talk with the Syed Amit Jafri, who gave his analysis on political lines only. You take political lines. But I have now given the sociological and psychological and religious side of the same picture. But I find no difference between my analysis or your analysis. That's all. I thank you for giving this opportunity to me. And we should have in Hyderabad more and more such intellectual exercises. Intellectual, not political exercises. Thank you.
Samantara Bharat TV ని సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోండి. మరిన్ని అప్డేట్స్ కోసం పక్కనున్న గంట నొక్కండి.